Hello everybody, we have another game with the white pieces against the underdog, rated 1300. We get a bishop's opening game. They respond with the knight out, attacking our pawn. We defend the pawn in the center. Our opponent brings the second knight out. That's our cue to solidify our pawn chain. He brings his bishop out, so very aggressive development by black. And now we go f4, very aggressive move. Black plays d6, opening up his other bishop. And we're going to play f5 in this position, shutting out his bishop so it can't come to our side of the board. And we've created this pawn chain facing towards his king. He castles into it, which is not a good idea, probably. We're just going to develop our knight, same development as him. And now he starts aggressive operations by throwing a knight into the center. This doesn't worry me. I don't really see the point. We're going to develop our bishop and pin his knight, and we're already threatening knight d5. So he takes our knight unprovoked. So he made 1, 2, 3 moves just to trade off his knight and help us develop our queen. Okay, if we bring our queen out, it's good development. Thank you very much. We wanted it here anyway, so we could help with the king side attack. And now this 1300 plays b6, which focuses on his own development, right? But he's not taking into account my ideas. And you cannot just play chess by yourself. You absolutely, every move your opponent makes determines what your move is. It's like a system. When one thing pulls, it stretches the other way. It's like when your opponent goes this way, you go that way. When they go that way, you go this way. You don't get to choose. They're deciding for you based on their move. So you can't just determine you want to develop. That's not how chess works. But because he made this move, right? Like if he made a forcing move, it would pull the strings and force me into a limited set of options where I have to respond to his forcing move. But because he made a passive garbage move, I can put more pressure and converge on a single square on the chessboard if I'm allowed. So instead of castling long, which looks awesome, we're going to immediately strike like a ninja, like an assassin, at the weak point that he cannot defend because his bishop can't go back. What does this mean? It means he's going to have to double these pawns and his king will be weaker. So he just continues with his plan of development. Now we have to decide. We don't want to let him take because we lose our way of destroying his king side. It's like when you enter a castle, you got to break down the front door, the bridge or whatever, the gate, the portcullis or whatever. That's what this g-pawn is. I got to break through with a battering ram or some other way. So if we take with the bishop and he takes, our knight's here, but not my favorite. I also don't want to give him an option to trade his bad bishop for my good knight. So I'm going to take with the knight. That way his bishop is still bad. And now my knight isn't blocking my other bishop. And now I can move this bishop with tempo. And so all of this converges into a beautiful checkmate. And that game was extremely easy and extremely straightforward. Only 14 moves, you defeat a 1300. Okay, bishop's opening. We control the d5 square, bring out the knight, control the d5 square, solidify the pawns. We want to be active, but we want to be active with the pieces. And with the pawns, we want to create an attacking pawn structure with the pawn on f5. like in King's Indian Defense when black does it that way. And then we do f5, which, because we're not just playing chess by ourselves, right? If we were just playing by ourselves, we would develop the knight. But we also have an opponent. So because the opponent is going to do this, we're not just going to play by ourselves, we're also going to take our opponent into account. Stopping his ideas is just as good as advancing our own agenda. This does both, incidentally. Okay, developing towards the center. Developing a piece that developing a piece, attacking his piece that controls the center, and it comes with a threat, so it's for free because knight d5 is important, is a positional threat. So c6 makes a lot of sense from black here, but instead he blunders. I mean, he can still play c6 here, but he blunders here, and then we just use the center because that's what it's there for. And immediately he gets checkmated. You see, the second we remove the front gate of the castle, he gets checkmated. We get the king. So he has to take. We go here. Now he knows he's going to get checkmated. Although even if you go here, there's no way to stop it. Maybe this. Yeah, so he probably just had to move his king and give up the rook. Although he's still losing, obviously. But you can see how fast this ends in checkmate. Once you remove the gatekeeper right here, the g-pawn, the king is wide open. So that was a super quick game. And this will be a super quick video. Have a good day.